Good evening and welcome to Side 21 and tonight's episode of the Jungles of Paldir. Before we jump back into the adventure though, just a couple things we want to announce. Starting with our social media, of course, we are at Side 21 TV on Instagram and TikTok. You can find us there. You can also find our merch store at side21.tv. You can find shirts, hats, all kinds of goodies there. We also have a brand new show, Side 21 and is a podcast-style discussion show where we talk about all things TTRPGs and beyond. The first several episodes are out on YouTube now, so we would love for you to go check that out and let us know what you think. Let us know if there's any topics you'd like to hear us go over going forward on that show. I think that is it for announcements this time, though, so let's go ahead and jump back into tonight's episode of the Jungles of Paldir. Alrighty, where last we left off, our party has been making their way through the sewers beneath the fabled Raventide Keep, the pirate stronghold that exists here on the island of Paldir. They have been making their way predominantly through the first floor, not having risen or gone down any levels, still exploring the same level they entered on after having a conversation with a little fairy named Sprout, who told them of some interesting conversations that are taking place in both the Fey realm and also a ominous red lightning storm cloud that seems to be surrounding the island of Paldir. Certainly not a good sign. However, making your way through these sewers, fighting gelatinous cubes, finding death pits, keys and levers, finding rooms full of acid, and very luckily for you, a reprieve room as well, where you guys were able to take a rest. During that rest, Rafa having an interesting conversation with the goddess Umberly, and we now know receiving some gills on his neck. After taking this rest period, though, making their way back out of this room and down the corridors of this sewer, finally entering into a cistern type room, a large, what seems almost like a kind of rudimentary water processing kind of situation, filled with some shark-like humanoids, some sharkland of a couple varieties, and chaos and battle ensued in those moments. However, the party, whittling down their forces to next to nothing, and the remaining sharkland running away, now find themselves in this room, several dead sharkland on the ground, a kind of foggy mist going on, and that is where we are going to pick back up.
Ooh. Is there a way to get rid of this fog? Just kind of trying to
All you have to do is just blow and it goes away right in front of you. Did it work?
Does it seem to be working?
So at the end of our last episode, Lothariel, you had actually started moving over towards the gear, the kind of what do you call it? Crank
wheel.
handle thing. The wheel, if you will. So yeah, you shout across. Is there any way to clear this fog?
Oh, I can't really tell, but I mean, there's what looks like a lot to explore in here. I just can't really see much. How like far in front of us can we like see pretty clearly? How is it like?
I mean, it's foggy, but it's not super restrictive to your vision. You know, like it's kind of hard to get an idea of what's all the way on the other side of the room. But as far as
Okay.
like 10, 20 feet within your space, you can get a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Okay. There's a gear or wheel or whatever you call it over here. I'm not sure.
Morgan's gonna walk over to get towards Lothario and go up to this wheel and looking back at Lothario, go, what do you think we should do? Should we try to turn it? What is this? What is this? I don't know if I could do a check to see what this is.
Oh, yeah, what is this?
Yeah, so you see Morga kind of walk across what is kind of essentially a wall that divides the saltwater river that seems to be moving out of the space from the kind of like water management octagon that exists here. So she kind of hops this gap, moves over to you. And if you would both like to make an investigation check as you look, if you want to do
First
just the lever and kind of the mechanism right next to you, that'll be investigation. If you want to do a more broad, just kind of look at like say this quadrant of the room, that will be perception. So the choice is yours.
I chose investigation for this thing right here.
You're looking at this thing. Okay,
Yeah, I don't know
Go
what
ahead
this
and we'll just and then Lothario, you can do.
I'll do perception one just to kind of since she came over and is acknowledging what I was kind of like vaguely looking at. I'll just kind of look around the room.
Sure.
Ooh.
So Morga, we'll start with yours. Let's go ahead and roll your investigation check as you're looking at this kind of metal piping that's on top of the wall, and it looks like the pipe goes down into the water.
A 14.
With a 14, I would say you probably don't have a great sense of what this is, but you're noticing now that the pipe that hangs over has actually got like a bucket hanging from the end of it, and you get the sense like you're like trying to piece it together, and it reminds you of something like back home on the mountain, like that you would have like a kind of a pump, but like much more less mechanical looking, but like this looks like a water pump. It looks like it'll pump water into any receptacle that you put, kind of where that bucket is hanging on the end there.
She's gonna look at Lothario and just go, it looks like a really messed up water pump, but I don't know why anybody would want to drink salt water, but that's whatever. That I don't know. What do you think?
Go ahead and roll your perception.
Well, I think as I'm looking around that there's ways
Yeah.
that you could probably purify the water for make it drinking. So maybe they have more sharks of those as pets. As I'm looking around, I get a 13.
With a 13, as you cross over to kind of this side, you definitely see the wheel. I think one thing you guys do notice is this is the only... There's several pumps situated around this space, but this seems to be the only kind of interactive object, like other than a water pump. You see that there is kind of a, ripped kind of tent like structure towards the far corner of the room here that you're in. Other than that, you see a bunch of broken crates that you've seen all throughout kind of the space down here.
Yeah.
A tattered rug. This one you can see under. There is not a pit under it. And you see that it looks like the Sharkland that were occupying the space had some provisions, in this space as well. So you see like a bucket of fish. You see some libations in a crate over here, looks like.
Oh.
You see this wheel, and I'll say with a 14, it looks like very patinaed and kind of rusted over way more than it does on this image here.
Okay. Morga, if you want, we can, I don't know, take some of these fish and the, some of these supplies and put them in your bag.
I think that's a great idea, but if I can, she's gonna, before getting to the fish, she's gonna walk over here and look in, where's my mouse? And look inside this box and see if there's any, like, wine or anything, and start with that first.
All right. As you walk over towards that box and you guys are kind of exploring this direct area, what are Halbor and Rafa doing now, sitting over here on the other side of this water.
Halbor's got his face in his book. He's been taking notes on all the Sharkland, their variations, their weapons, things he's never seen before. He's trying to make sure.
So
he
are you
keeps
like
tabs
walking
on.
up to their bodies and kind of?
Yeah,
Getting,
if nobody,
okay.
I was gonna ask if anybody remembers if we checked them last episode, but I was going to like search the bodies otherwise.
You did not.
I would like
Just
to
the
search
one.
the bodies and take notes.
That's
Okay, Rafa, what are you
also
up
what
to?
I was going to do, so I'll start with the two further ones.
Okay, yeah, you walk over to the side. I'll have both of you guys make a. We'll do just a kind of mass investigation check for both of you as you're looking at these bodies.
Here we go. I got an 18.
Dang, plus 10.
I got a natural 20 for a 19.
Hey!
Went for a 19.
As you guys make your
Oh.
way amongst these bodies, Halbor stopping to take notes, Rafa, running these pockets, finding out what these guys are carrying on them in true pirate-like fashion. I will say you see they don't have much on them. They have, kind of rudimentary weaponry, nothing that is superior to anything that you guys are carrying. Same with kind of any armor that they're wearing. It's all very, aquatic creature, not really to the level of like human, construction, if you will. I will say with those checks, that's pretty good for both of you guys. There's one thing that strikes you as odd as you guys are searching these guys. They all have, to the penny, 25 gold pieces.
Interesting.
So that is a total of 100 gold pieces that you find amongst the four of them in the exact split, 25 each.
With that, I kind of like hold up a bag with some of the money in it, and I kind of call over to Rafa. Did you find a bunch of gold on these guys? I wasn't expecting that.
I'll also kind of hold up the bags as I'm walking over. It appears that there is the same amount in both. It's a bit odd.
Same here. My instincts tell me these things were paid. But for what? Who knows?
My instincts tell me the same. Maybe to guard this place? Maybe someone knew we were coming. I don't know.
Right. I mean, shark people are scary. It would have kept me out of here if I was alone.
It would keep many people out.
Morga, as you're looking in this crate, you see that it is comprised entirely of bottles of something called grog.
She is going to not know what it is. She's going to lift it up, turn it around, and stick all of them in her bag of holding.
Okay.
And just look at Lothario and go, do not look at me. This may come in handy later, okay? I don't know what it is, but it might save us. And then she just is...
I would
Roll
be,
a
I wouldn't be
d12
surprised.
for me, please.
Okay. A D12.
I would be
Just a
surprised.
D12.
You should take it all.
Roll.
Oh, it fucking went back.
A 3.
Rob.
You got 3 bottles of grog that were usable. The other ones are either empty or broken.
It was like on 12, and then it like teetered back. It was like
This is my luck. And then she's gonna go walk over to the fish and try to take some of them and put it in her bag of holding. And she's gonna look over at Lothario just quietly, saying, "You don't think our friend is gonna turn into one of these things, do you?"
I'm sorry. Which friend? Oh, the guild one. Yes.
You don't think
There's like
that
10 fish in this.
Rafa is gonna turn into one of these fish, do you? With the thing on his neck, you don't think so?
Into a shock person. Talking a little bit lower.
Yeah. I mean, that is cool.
I hope not.
That's cool.
I'd like to start making my way over there, but swimming directly across the...
My
Okay,
goodness.
Yeah, you guys hear splash of Rafa jumping in. Morgan, there are 10 fish in this bucket. Would you like them all?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap them in some extra fabric that I have in my bag, just so
Roll
they're
a
kind of all
D10.
together at least, and take a little piece of twine and just like tie it up. Here, this that
Okay.
way they're all together at least.
Yeah, and there's like some torn fabric and stuff like around the area as
Okay, yeah,
well that
nice.
you could probably utilize for that.
I do want to like kind of stop and tread water and take a look at what this is as I pass by.
Make a investigation check.
Okay.
I just watched Rafa jump into the water, and I'm like, Rafa, where are you going?
Natural 20 for a 19.
Which die are you using?
Hey, bro.
With
you
a
got it,
natural
bro.
20,
He's so shook.
You got it.
you're looking around, and I'm gonna say even with a natural 20, like it doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme and reason to this structure. It looks like possibly when the water is drained out, these stairs could be utilized from going from the very bottom up to the level where you can walk along the wall to like kind of make your way out of the space. So you get the idea that this structure that you're seeing here. One thing you definitely notice with a natural 20 is the closer you get to this side, the more brackish the water becomes, so less salty and more fresh water as you're moving. So you definitely recognize that this chamber is some sort of like saltwater filtration device that you have no idea how long it's been down here or how long since it's been in use, if it is in use currently. You're really not sure of those things, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot going on here as far as like none of the pumps are moving, the wheels aren't moving, the water doesn't seem to honestly be moving that much. You get the sense that this may have been utilized long ago.
Okay. As I get to the other side, then I'll just kind of get out of the water, saying to them, to Lothario and Morga, if you're looking for fresh water, I would try the other side. The water is mixed in the middle.
Guys, it's so far. I got little legs.
Do you need help?
I just kind of like do one of those like uppies motions with my hands. Grab
Can
me,
I
please.
go help him across? Yeah.
Yeah. Rafa, you hear jumps back in the water, swims over,
Just
grabs
get on my
Lothario,
back.
jumps over the gap with him, and you guys are all together now.
Well, there
Thank
is
you, thank you
this
so much.
this turning mechanism over here. It's a bit rusted. I'm not sure how easily it'll turn, but this could possibly restart it, or I'm not sure because it could. If it's too loud, it might also alert somebody that we're down here. But that is something that exists feet from us. And I just kind of like looking at it.
I mean, I'll go take a look at it. Can I go examine the thing?
Yeah, you walk over to it, make an investigation check as you're looking at the thing.
The ting. Oh,
15.
Rob,
With a 15, this looks like it is a handle kind of crank mechanism that can be turned to do something. You are not sure what. It looks as though, with a 15, and because it's you're looking at this and you're seeing this kind of rust and like corrosion, and you get the sense, Halbor, that this has been visually modified to look more worse for wear than it is.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Do I think it's like do I think it's been like magically changed or like physically changed?
I think with a 15 on investigation, you have Arcana rolled into every investigation that you make, I would like to think. You think that this has been magically, like a minor illusion spell has been left on this.
Oh. I'm like, hey guys, this thing's fake. And I just go to like turn it.
As you go to turn it, I would like you to make a strength check, please.
Okay, maybe not that fake. Big old 4.
With a 4, it does. You can't even. You're like barely reaching it, So like it's impossible for you to get the like leverage on this thing to give it any kind of turn at all.
All right, if this is the move, I'll help.
I swear this thing's not what it seems.
All right, so the wizard and the musician.
And
Sorry, I'll make a strength check as you try to
Gotcha.
help him out here.
all right, yeah, that's fine.
Lothario, please.
5.
With a 5 and a 4 combined, you are not meeting the DC to turn this wheel, unfortunately.
Morgan's just gonna start walking over, and she's gonna go, okay, get out of the way.
We all have our strengths. Walk away.
And
I'm
she's
just
gonna,
like hanging on it, like
with
like,
Halbor
not even
still
pull-up
hanging on it,
style.
I'm gonna try to turn it.
Make a strength check with disadvantage.
Oh no! Just kidding. Get off.
I mean, you can definitely remove him.
I will
think it'd be
remove
easier
him.
to turn, yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, because I got a 19.
without a halfling.
Not a halfling.
With a
fine,
19,
get off.
Rafa, are you gonna pitch in here? You can feel it. You're just on the. You're just. It's almost as if you're 1 point away from turning this wheel. Morga, if you have anything you can add to it.
I want to walk over and just stand there and look at Morgan as she's struggling across my arms and say, "Do you need help?"
She's gonna grit her teeth and just and go, yes, I need your help. I can't do this.
Okay.
Yeah, Rafa, how do you help here?
I
You
guess
see,
I
at this
just-
point, Morga is trying to turn it. Lothariel's got a hand on it, trying to turn it. They kicked Halbor off, but yeah.
Poor Halbor.
I'm
yeah, I
just
guess
pulling
I
on
just
like her forearm. So like
right to the very side, went and grabbed the free space and just push.
What's your
forward.
strength modifier, please?
+3?
With a +3, it would be impossible to not add the 1 point of additional strength needed to turn this wheel. So as you go and grab it, almost just you touching it at all, like it's like you put like the weight in the right place, and it starts spinning rapidly right away, kind of, and it all like almost to the point where it's like throwing you guys off the wheel as it begins to turn. What happens as that happens, however, none of the pumps start working, none of the water starts moving, but you guys hear a very loud, rusty kind of metal noise, like as a gate that was barring this section of the water from like the tunnel where it continues slides downward into the floor beneath it, opening up that passageway.
And that is the only other passageway besides the one that we came through. And then
No, there
and
is
then
like
outside.
a door, basically, like a hallway that continues from here,
Oh.
going what would be, for lack of a better word, north.
Halbor, you said this wheel was disguised.
Yeah, it's.
Has anything changed about its appearance now?
What you guys noticed when you touched it, it's almost like when you see somebody who's using a disguise spell, and they're altering their appearance in a way. If you were to grab their shoulder, your hand can kind of pass through. So it kind of felt like that when you guys put your hands on it. There's just the thinnest layer of like,
A little smaller than I thought it was. Kind of
yeah,
or thinner.
Yeah, it's just a little thinner. It looks like they had. You get the sense that this has been added later than the rest of the stuff in here, and the attempt here was to make it appear as though it was part of the original construction.
Gotcha. Well, we could keep going through the halls, but I'm curious where this goes, especially if it was hidden, and it can get us maybe somewhere more stealthier into the city.
Yeah, you said there's like a door and a path. Can I just come like listen at the door and see if there's anything we hear?
It's not really a door. It's just an opening to more
just a-
tunnel-like
okay.
hallways, similar to what you guys have been moving through since you entered this space or this sewer. So yeah, you kind of move over here and like peek around the corner, and you just see a hallway continue on, and it looks like maybe 30 to 40 feet down, it turns to the left.
Something. Okay. Um, well, I mean, we can keep going through the tunnels. It looks like there's a path here to the left, but um, I'm kind of Lothario. I'm kind of with you. The the wheel was hidden for a reason, so probably useful to check it out.
There may be
Is-
more potions. What do you think, Morga? Rafa?
I don't mind a swim again, I guess. But might as well.
Uh,
It's not going anywhere.
All right, at this point, can I just like walk over and like check out how deep like this water is, what direction the water's traveling in, stuff like that?
Yeah, I want to take a look as far as we can too, without like going into it.
okay, yeah. What about you two?
I'm
Handle turners over here.
Handle turners.
I'm gonna
I'm
come over
gonna-
to this area, search, kind of loosely search through this stuff while they check that
Okay.
out.
More to go?
I am going to get over here. Where's my mouse not working? I'm going to go over here and look at how deep it is and honestly just step into the water to see how deep it is. Because if it goes to about, chest length, I'm just going to look at Halbor and give him a ride on my shoulders.
Yeah, so you guys all... with three of you, go ahead and make an investigation check as Morga, you're kind of making your way down the ladder.
14.
22.
Okay.
13.
Okay, 14, 13, 22. Morga, you get down in the water. It's coming up to about your waist. So, maybe 4 feet high. Pretty shallow compared to this section. It was a little bit deeper. You do also, you can't really tell because you're not like drinking it, but it has the feel like freshwater and saltwater kind of feel different. And you get the sense that you're in freshwater here now. With you guys looking down and kind of into the opening that was created here, you do see that kind of just like maybe 10 to 15 feet beyond where that grate opened up, it looks like this kind of water passage turns to the left, and right where it makes that turn, there's a small kind of, for lack of a better word, like a little shelf of masonry that kind of sticks out, and you can see that there is a couple things on that shelf.
Oh, Lothario, look, there's stuff. Stuff down there.
There is. Does it look reach? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was just going to reach my arms out for Halbor just to carry him over. But I didn't want to...
Puppies?
No, I appreciate it. I'm 3 feet tall. If
You
this
will
is 4
drown.
feet- if this is 4 feet tall water, it's too tall for me.
She's just going to put her on his shoulder, like a kid on their shoulders. Just
You are absorbed into Morga's token. And now what? You can go ahead and make an investigation as well, Rafa, for your crates and boxes.
I just kind of look at
12.
Morga in the meantime, and I'm like, onward?
well, not yet, not yet.
With a 12 on the crates and boxes up in the corner, this looks to be very old debris. There's some one of the crates has a few like apple cores that are like beyond petrified. Some ancient rats ate these things down to the core and left the remains there. Kind of the same thing. You see like a ripped sack of grain that you can tell has been probably a residence. You can see lots of like rat feces and stuff. Nothing really seemingly of value in this area.
Cool, then I'll just make my way back over towards the rest of the group and see what they got going on.
Can you reach it from the water? The ledge there.
Yeah, like how close is it actually to like the waterway?
Morgan, now that you're here, you and Halbor are kind of moving this direction. You're 10, 15 feet away from this thing. You can definitely reach it.
Okay.
It looks like make an insight check.
Both of us or just her?
Yeah, sure. Everyone.
Okay,
Everyone
Yeah,
heard.
5.
sure. I got a 15.
Morgan, you're not sure what the hell's going on. 15's pretty good. What about the other
16?
two of you?
18.
Nice.
18. So I think, Rafa, you especially, because you just kind of, you've been around some pirates. This is all screaming like the magic on the handle, the secret gate. There's the shelf in here. This looks like somebody's stash spot for sure. You can definitely reach it and make your way back there.
I would like to do that without saying a
Yeah.
word.
Okay, so you jump in as well. We'll say the both of you
Rafa.
kind of make your way back there towards this little shelf. And you find a locked chest and a very nice looking cutlass style sword that's kind of laying it on this shelf of masonry behind where the chest was. You couldn't really quite see it until you got up close.
I just kind of grab the chest with a big old grin and stuff it under my arm, and then grab the sword and start walking it back, kind of just grinning and happy with myself over towards the edge by Lothario.
All right, yeah, we'll say you guys make your way back out here and back up onto the ledge here with the shelf.
I look at Rafa and I go, "You grabbed that weapon way too fast, dude. We've seen
but-
3 cursed objects at least since we've been here."
But look
Oh,
how
look-
happy he is.
Look who's talking.
But
I don't know what you're talking
Owl.
about. As I like pet my wand.
Right. Does can anybody open the chest?
I'm not proficient in lockpicking, no.
We could pick it up and just throw it down, and that's so that we've done
Well,
that before.
And
Yes,
we
and
broke
we're
some
pretty sure
potions.
we broke stuff last time too.
do
Ah.
not break my treasure.
Our treasure. I'm like looking at Rafa,
It,
concerned.
yes. And I start inspecting the sword.
I'm not proficient in lockpicking either, guys. Do we have one of those? One of those kind of people?
No, no.
I would like to, if I can, I'm just gonna get out my longsword, and I'm gonna shove it into where the lid and the bottom of the box of the chest is, and I'm gonna try to wiggle it and try to break it in a way, and see if that works.
Okay. So I think it'll be 2 checks to pull this off. One of them is gonna be like a dexterity style check to make sure that you can just have this thing stay stable enough as
Yeah.
you're making these movements with your sword to not, damage possibly the goods on the inside. So if anybody wants to assist her in this and maybe hold
I can
the chest
assist
or
in
something.
the dexis, the stabilizing it, like helping her stabilize her hand.
Okay.
I have a +3, and
Let's
That-
go!
but also
So-
I can just give you
I think-
advantage.
Yeah, I think with you guys holding it down, if you hold it down for her, I can remove the dex check and it'll just be a strength check.
Okay, just stabilizing it. Please don't cut me.
I only weigh 20 pounds.
Just close your eyes, okay? And she's gonna just try to do the strength.
Ooh.
Oh,
Very
19?
With a 19, I think the hardest part of this is getting your big ass sword into the space between the lid and the body of this chest. And once you're able to, and it almost takes a delicate touch for you. You have to kind of do one of these on the hilt of your sword to
yeah.
really get it to seat in there correctly. But with a 19, you're able to do that. And from there, getting the leverage is no problem for Morgan as the chest pops open, revealing a pouch that looks suspiciously like a coin pouch, and 2 more ornate-looking bottles of red liquid.
Ah, you see, they didn't break. Good job.
Oh yeah, it's good job to you as well. Steady hand. Is How much? I would like to open the gold pouch and look in it.
Yeah, you grab the pouch, kind of untie the drawstring, and pull it open. And what you see is that it is about 3/4 full of platinum coins. If you had to guess, you would say this is about 50 platinum,
Holy, is that real?
which I think is about 500 gold worth of value.
Wow, this is a lot, actually. More than I thought it would be. If it is a stash, that makes sense. There's 50 platinum in here.
Rafa, go ahead and make an investigation check on the sword as you check it out.
Oh yeah, if you guys want me to identify the potions, it'll just take 10 minutes.
Please.
Yes, please.
So I start up my little ritual circle to ritual cast.
Turns over egg timer.
Start, poking on spots and like north, south, east, west, blah blah blah.
What are you
It's just like
what are you identifying?
the potions,
Okay.
because I can identify magical objects.
All right, Rafa, what you got? I can't hear you.
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. I rolled a 2, so
Oh.
I am just looking at this sword.
This is a nice sword.
I thought so.
Can I want
This
to
must have been
try
a captain's sword or something.
I want to try to take it from him so I can look at it too. And say, oh, look, this is very nice. Look at this. What did you find? And see
Make
if
an
maybe
investigation check.
let's see if I can try to help. A 12?
This is a really nice sword, guys.
Dang
It's
it.
a really nice sword, guys.
How
It's got like filigree, like on the. It's got one of those. What do they call it? Like not hilt, but like the handguard. That's like it's like filigreed and like very ornately, like fine detail, like very small strips of metal that you can tell by looking at it. Took some serious artistry for whoever created this. Was a very talented metalsmith.
If we give Halbor more time, he could tell us if this is some kind of cursed or special item, weapon.
Let's put him to work. I mean, we got the fish. We in good shape. Good shape.
Is there any like makeshift? Never mind.
The only thing you guys really haven't looked at in this room, I think, is the under the tent, and I mean, you get the sense that, Rafa especially, get the sense that most of these crates and barrels that are broken are probably going to yield similar results to the ones you've already looked in. So, really the only thing that hasn't been investigated here is the tent.
I'm going to go check this tent out. I don't know if anybody checked it yet, but just take a look while Halbor's doing his thing. If you'd like to join. Rafa.
Okay, and I like take one last look at the sword and leave it and walk over with him.
And as we're walking over, Morgan can keep it in her bag safe for you if you'd like.
It is a very nice sword. Did you see it?
It is. It's the hand guard and everything. It's really well done. A little dusty, but sure it'll
It's
polish
what
out well.
happens when you hide things.
Morgan, would you like to do anything as Halbor is identifying?
She wants to just kind of take a beat and stay with him, but as he's focusing, she's gonna just look at him and kind of play with her little medallion that she's got attached to her waist, and she's gonna look at Halbor and go, "You're doing great. Keep going." The whole time, every so often, maybe trying to piss him off just a little bit as he's concentrating really hard.
It's hilarious. All right, you guys make your way over to the tent here and look inside. You see a couple things. You see this tent on the inside's looking a little bit better than the outside, but not much. There's a big chunk of the back flap that it's like just completely missing. It looks like there's only like half of the wall back there. But the one thing that you do see is another chest.
Oh. Does it look cursed?
Make an investigation check.
Is it giving me bad vibes? Be careful with
No.
it because
Make a vibe check.
okay.
Check for the
Let's
vibes.
see, I have +1 to vibe check.
What are the vibes?
Vibes 18.
Hey,
With an 18, this thing is stout. This chest looks. This is like the most sturdy chest you've ever seen in your life. It is, in fact, bolted into the floor.
Whoa.
And. Yeah, I mean, it's giving impenetrable with an 18.
This thing is hefty. If there's any more platinum in here, that'd be. We're about to get very rich very soon, and maybe have a city to spend it in, or lose it in. No offense, again.
You are speaking my language now, so at least there's that.
Can I? I want to take a little bit of a more look around and see if there's like possibly any kind of like key that might look like it'll be for this that was like hidden somewhere.
I think with your investigation check, very little else seems to be going on in this place. I will say with that number 2, the back flap. It's interesting the way all the other like tears and damage that seem to have occurred to this thing, whether over time or through possible violence committed to the tent itself, looks haphazard and random. The back half of this flap is like torn down the middle vertically, so that the left side of the back flap of this tent is not there, and the right side seems to be fully intact.
Do you think maybe?
Go, like make my way over to it cautiously, and
Yeah.
first kind of like listen out, and if I don't hear anything, then I kind of want to peek my, like just like enough to peek through.
As you're kind of, I mean, it's the way that it is this is kind of in a corner, but it's more to like the left side of the corner than the right, to where the left part of the back flap is almost flush. If it were there, would be almost flush with the wall behind it. If you'd like to make an investigation check to see if you can glean anything further about that, go for it.
Okay. Nope, that's a 3.
Damn.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
So behind the flap that's cut, you're saying it's just like flush wall
Yep.
there? That does seem suspicious, but maybe we can have Halbor. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. Have Halbor come check it out after he's done looking at the other items. And at least this chest.
Did he tell you that we found 25 gold pieces on every single one of the shark people?
I thought I did hear that.
I feel like they're guarding something, and I want to try and push against the wall and see if it's there.
No roll necessary as you try and push against the wall. That's the part that's exposed by the missing half of the back flap of the tent, right?
Correct.
Yeah, as you go to push that, it doesn't seem to give any more than any other stone wall would.
Okay, I kind of just like leave my hand on it and look at it for a second, and then head towards like where he's standing at the opening of the tent.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But
So
this.
let's jump back over. Halbor, I think you are just about done identifying the healing potions, which you have identified as greater healing potions.
Ooh.
You get 2 of those guys.
As
The
soon as
platinum
I,
does
like-
not appear to be magical.
And then as soon as I finish shooting that, I just shout out "Greater!" and that's like all they get for that at first identification.
Nice. That's great.
Are you going
Sure.
to try and identify the sword now?
Yes, that was
Okay.
yes. I just like spin in a circle, like redo all my runes again as they fade from the first identified spell.
And I'll say, it'll take you a couple minutes less time because you've already got your setup. You know what I mean? That part of the spell length is eliminated. You guys are standing over here. You hear the word greater, kind of greater, greater, echo across the cistern.
We've definitely been fortunate in this room. Start to walk back over to them as I approach. Hey, there's another chest that's bolted to the ground back here, and since you all, I mean, it is suspicious that they had the gold on them, yeah? So if they were guarding something, maybe it could be in that chest. If they were, I'm not sure. But there's also a very suspicious area in the back of the tent that looks like maybe somebody slit it to get in the tent or make an escape. But there's just a flesh wall behind. So
I mean, we could go check it out, and while Halvor tries to figure out this sword, which you're doing great, by the way, and she's gonna just look at everyone and say, "Can you show me where this chest is? That would be great. Halvor, are you gonna be okay?
I just do like this head nod in the middle of
Okay.
my ritual.
Keep it up." And she's just gonna follow, over here.
yes, it's right over here.
Are you all three going to go back over there?
Yeah.
I'll sit with Halvor this time.
I was gonna say all three of you leave, and that's when I get snatched by a shaman.
Right.
We're all thinking the same. Okay.
Morga, you look in and see a incredibly stout-looking metal, for the most part, chest bolted to the ground, and a suspiciously missing back tent flap.
It looks like whatever is in this box, they didn't want it to leave. So it's very curious. She's gonna go look around, kind of circle around the tent, or kind of look through the. She wants to go to the back of the tent and look and see if she can identify if there's an animal that she may recognize from living in the mountains or something. Maybe it's here in the sewers.
Like based on the damage to the tent, you want to see if you can kind of try and figure out how this happened. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll allow you to do nature or just a pure investigation. Your choice.
Let's do investigation.
Can I help her a little bit?
5.
Or
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll again, as Lothariel is kind of pointing to the.
This is what I found here. This is what I
It's
found here.
that part. Look at that part.
A 9.
You are not based on it's way too random. You don't. I'll tell you what you don't get is the sense that this is done by like some wild animal. It looks to be a combination of just deterioration and the nature of fabric to become weaker and rip in places when put under any kind of pressure of any kind.
She's going to walk back and just kind of do like a to herself, and she's going to go to the chest and try to feel around it and see if she can feel like the lock and see if there's any. She's looking for any kind of traps, or can she see traps? I guess before I touch this chest.
Make a.
That's a better question. I'm gonna do that one.
Investigation check.
Okay. I'm learning.
You got there.
A 12.
It doesn't appear to be trapped to you. It looks to be just a very strong metal chest that's bolted to the ground.
She's gonna look at Lothario and say, "Do you want to?" Well, I would say hold it, but I guess it's not going anywhere. But do you think I should just pop this open and see? Because it looks like this is just old.
Well,
Everything is just old.
I mean, if you can get it open, by all means. But I don't. I mean, no offense, but it looks pretty strong and durable.
I mean, we could try. I mean, maybe is there a key? Have you seen the key or anything?
I haven't seen a key, no. I was hoping Halvor can come over after the sword and just check this out. Maybe he Eyes can see
Yes.
something we don't.
Well, if there are sharks, if this is important, and we can't just walk on without seeing this. So I think it's a good idea to let Halbor. We'll just put him back to work, and he can look at this too. And yeah, whatever it is, there's a reason it's bolted to the ground.
Exactly. All
Mm.
right. Well,
Well.
I'm going to walk back over.
And follow.
Alrighty. Just tried to move your tokens on the freaking video screen instead of Foundry. About this time, you guys walk back over, and Halbor is just finishing up identifying this weapon as a +1 cutlass, but it is not a magical weapon. It is a very refined, made by an expert cutlass that does more damage because it was made better than most cutlasses.
So yeah, as I'm like focusing on this, I look up to Rafa and I go, surprisingly, this is so high quality, but it fakes magic. It's not magic, but damned if this isn't like the best cutlass I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's not magic, but this blacksmith was a magician. You know?
Yeah.
I say I'm just kind of zoned out watching him, and it's not until like the end of what he said that I kind of come back to what? Are you talking to me?
Yes, it cuts good. Didn't you want to know about the sword?
Yes, sorry. Your magic is interesting to me.
I know,
And I
it's
want to look down and see if the
fascinating.
trident is still got electrical energy coursing around it.
Absolutely, it does.
That's so sick.
Okay, sword cuts. Thank you.
Very well. Excellent craftsmanship. Not magic.
What is a cutlass? And I'm looking at a weapons list. I'm trying to just determine if it's a simple weapon or not.
I believe it's a
It is.
martial weapon. I thought, no?
Yeah,
Is it not martial?
it's both of those things.
Oh, interesting. Is this something you'd be interested in, Rafa? This sword, or anybody?
It is not really my style.
I mean, okay, legitimate question is this sword dexterity based? Because otherwise, I'm better off with my dagger.
I suppose that would be too. I need to
let's
hold
see.
my instruments, but I was just curious about it.
So this would be a finesse weapon, actually.
That'd be finesse. Okay.
So you have to be proficient in finesse weapons. Is that a thing? Or no?
What?
I'm tripping.
It should either be classified as a simple or martial weapon.
Oh, got you. That's the differentiation there.
Yeah, martial's like military, simple's like I went out back and crafted it with a stick. That's how I always remembered it.
Oh.
But I truly am not sure. I've never seen a cutlass this nice. It could have special properties.
Does
I mean, if
look
you-
very well crafted.
I mean, if you don't take it, I can always hold on to it. If you need, I have this bag, and I can do martial weapons. I know that, but I can hold on. It might be of use.
I was gonna say, worst case scenario, it's something for trade.
That is true.
Very true. Could be worth a lot of money.
Let's take a cut here.
Okay.
I fucked up. I thought that a cutlass was a N5E weapon, and that is my mistake, I think.
See, I figured you
can-
would reflavored a short sword.
That's what I was
my-
thinking too, but I'm just trying to... I
What
can't
I'm
believe
reading
that it's not a
is
sword
using
in
a
D&D Beyond.
scimitar.
That's
That is
fucking
weird, yeah.
crazy. Like, this is a well-known martial
type of
weapon.
weapon, yeah.
So you guys have found this +1 cutlass, a couple greater healing potions, and a bag of 50 platinum here on a shelf in the sewers.
This is a very nice hole.
It is very nice. As I said, the sword is not really my style, but I can hold on to it. I just thought if one of you could use it, it would make you look a bit more like a pirate.
I will say, Halbor is a non-magical weapon. This weapon is much too large for you to wield effectively.
Also, I'm completely incapable.
That's, yeah, two for.
I mean, I suppose I don't mind holding it if it helps with my disguise a bit. But if
I mean, if
anybody
you
needs
wanted
it,
me
just
to
let me
treat it-
know, because I think it's a bit too broad of a weapon for me.
I mean, I could just treat it like it's a great sword and strap it to my back.
Two-handed weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
You may scrape the blade on the floor.
I mean, it would look like a toothpick to me. I'm happy to hold on to this. I do have this bag of holding, so I can just stick it in there if we want to trade it or use it, whatever. I don't want to take it unless somebody else wants it, but it was free storage.
Yeah, you might as well stash it.
Halbor, I actually want you to make one more investigation check as you finish identifying this and, kind of hold it up to the party as best you can.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes!
25.
Nice!
With a 25, you didn't really quite notice it at first, but as you're kind of turning it in your hand to, pass it on to whoever's taking it, you notice that there is 3 letters that have been kind of engraved on, the interior of that handguard. And it says TBM.
Do you see something, Halbo?
Yeah, look at this. I feel like I kind of do the Leo meme where I snap my fingers and point at it, oh, there it is, I found it. Look at this. Yeah, check out these letters. TBM? Did I get that right? DM? Yeah.
Correct.
It's got these etched here on the handle or the
Does-
guard maybe.
Does hearing that, does that resonate with me at all?
Make a history check.
Do you have Bardic Inspiration?
I do not.
I'd have no reason to give it to you right now.
That's a 10.
It's not ringing any bells.
Maybe it was the owner, or...
I mean, it is either the old owner or the forge master, the blacksmith who did it.
Oh, like signing his work.
Yeah, that's primarily all you see on these things, unless it's a real insignia. Then it might be a house. I divulge into it might be a house crest or something, but with letters, it's probably just primarily a form of ownership or marksman or makemanship.
Can we tell, can we tell how it was etched on there in any way, or what man
I
did
think
it look like?
Halbord, it looks like a typical, almost maybe a mark of the maker, or possibly of ownership, but impossible to tell. It doesn't appear to be etched in any
Natural way.
unusual way. Yeah,
Okay.
it seems like a normal.
Like a non-physical way
mark.
or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
That just means we got to be careful. If this is a proof of ownership, we don't want to be waving this around and get caught with something hot.
Well, then maybe in Goss's bag, or Goss's, Jesus. Maybe in Woga's bag will be the best then.
I will say one thing, Rafa, on your investigation check history check wasn't great, but I think even without that, you would know the number of people that could afford or would be carrying a weapon of this quality is a pretty small number, at least that you've seen in this area.
Okay, I want to be racking my brain about anyone I know of that standard, but that's just kind of to myself, and I will take the axe off my back and kind of hold it and look it over for a second and turn to Morga. Put this one in your bag. I will carry this sword.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I-
Will you just let me know when you're ready, and I will throw it to you if I need to. Okay? And she's gonna pick up the axe and just open up this pouch and just stick it in there.
And
Yeah,
it goes.
there's like a second when he's handing it to you that he doesn't let go of it, but then does.
You have to let go.
And then I will take the sword from Halvor and attach it to my waist.
Nice.
There you
Thanks,
go.
man.
Add that to your inventory.
And these two, oh, and I go, oh yeah, that's right. And then I hold up one bag of 25 gold to like give it to either Morga or Lothario. Like, yeah, that's right. Rafa said we found 25 gold each on all 4 of the sharklins. And then, if you didn't hear my shout of excitement, this is greater healing potions.
Wonderful.
Now, big question
So you
is,
guys
who's-
found 4 bags total of 25 gold each.
Each,
So
yeah,
I
that's
think
what I
you
thought.
would have had 2 and he would have had 2.
Yeah, so I like keep one for me, and I go to like
Gotcha.
give one to somebody else.
Sure, I'll take it. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you.
We also have this 50 platinum. Would you like maybe? I mean, we're pretty in this together right now. Do you think we can just have a group fund that we can use for supplies that would help anybody?
I mean, of anybody here, I would trust the paladin with the money.
Yes, of course.
I mean, it's. I swear, if I would get smited by Helm if I go against what I need to do. So she's just is gonna take her pouch and open it and go. This I am. Consider me the bank. Does anybody need to put anything in here before I close this?
I will
I think I'm
take
okay.
one of the pouches out that I found and put it in there.
Okay. Good choice. And she's gonna put her own in there too and seal it up, put it back on her hip, and say and look at the potions and go. "Oh, but now in talks with these potions, do we want to give these to certain people? Do we want to just have it on one person? I
Spreading-
say this lovingly. Some people it'd be good to have on.
I think spreading them around would be the best, just in case any of us gets more hurt than the other. We can
I
be covered.
agree.
I don't have any. Hold on. I don't have any potions on me currently, and I wouldn't mind carrying one. And of course, I would use it on any of you if you needed it first, but
For
I
sure.
kind of like Halvor looks a little sad, and he's like, "You might as well hang on to it for me, because I keep getting killed in one hit."
No,
Happened
you
like
got it.
like 3 times.
She's gonna.
we need to work on your weave, and I don't mean the magic.
I just like shoot him a finger gun, like, "Hey, that's a good one, Lothario."
Yes, but
The goal is to not
saved
get
your
hit.
life.
It's like having a cannon. You cannot beat the ball. You know, you got to. You could do it.
I mean,
Do you-
you watched me run away last time. Trust me, I'm working on it.
It's a tactic, right? And that's why we love you.
Halbor, can you would you check this tent out?
Oh, yeah, sure.
If you
Oh
can,
yeah.
Sorry, I was indisposed for like 20 minutes.
No, that's all right. I really appreciate it.
That's quite literally how long it took to identify the stuff. So, like,
This poor guy.
I'll point out kind of like how the chest is bolted down. There's nothing really that we found around, no key or anything, but it looks like pretty hefty. And then how the back wall is with the intentional tear straight down the middle and the flap missing. And Rafa put his hands up just to check the wall, and he said it seemed sound. So it just seems a little odd, you know. And I feel like odd things like this don't happen on accident.
yeah, I mean, I'll check out the back wall first. That seems the most interesting to Halvor to start.
Make an investigation check. Even
when I roll a 2, I still get a 12, but a 12 is not helpful.
It is not. It does not appear. It certainly isn't giving to any strength like of you pushing on it or anything. It looks like a really normal wall.
Did you see
I
if
just
there's
have-
anything magical in nature?
I was just gonna
around this
say,
area?
I like stomp my foot when I can't find anything and just go fine, and I cast detect magic.
Trying to save a spell slot.
I was trying to save the spell slot, but if we need to make sure this exists, like I'll check.
Incredible.
Guess then maybe this chest as well. I guess just this general area.
I mean, yeah, I got a 30-foot radius. I'll find it.
Whatever it is in here, I'll find it.
You do not detect anything magical within 30 feet of you.
All right. So, guys, whether or not this is mechanical, like the other safe room we found, maybe, there's nothing magic here.
So
Not
we
even the
could go-
chest.
We
Rip
didn't
it open?
find any other levers.
There could be a key down the hallway if we want to explore, but I don't know about this tent. There's something off-putting about it.
I agree, but do we
I-
know? I'm so sorry. Do we know about how long it's been since we kind of woke up?
Oh, that's
Like, do we have a gauge of any kind of time? Like maybe being near the little tunnel where the shark escaped out of. Maybe see any light or anything like that.
I mean, I think you have, about the same sort of sense that anyone that's moving through an area that's completely
Covered.
outside of any kind of sunlight or anything can have. You have a rough estimate. You think since you woke up and fought these sharks, it's probably been maybe going on 2 hours now ish.
Okay.
The fights, mechanically only take so long, 10 seconds or 6-second turns and all that. So they fights are pretty quick, in the sense of how long time has passed or whatever. So yeah, that's about 2 or 3 hours.
Well, is everybody okay to move on? Maybe we can come back.
I want to try one thing if I can.
Sure.
She's gonna step out a little bit and kind of stomp on the rock tiles because back home people would hide things in rocks. So she wants to try to see specifically if she could see a rock out of place and maybe a key was hidden underneath.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
Or a push stone or something, like a pushing. Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
mean, she lived on a rock, so
It's in her nature to check under rocks. It's in her nature to
17.
check under rocks.
With a 17, you take a few minutes, specifically kind of focusing in the area around the tent, I think, and if not, let me know. But checking these rocks, stomping on the different tiles, and you don't get the sense that there is anything like that going on.
Well,
But a good thought.
yeah. It is just a box that is bolted to the ground, probably for a reason. So, I think we might.
I'll
need
have
to-
all of you guys make an insight check as well. Now that we have more of the picture of this room.
19.
22.
25.
The magic on the handle.
2.
Okay, everybody. Rafa is zoned out again.
I'm still thinking about
Everybody
who I know
else-
that would own this sword.
Right. So, putting together kind of all the pieces that you have discovered in this room, in one place, there's something going on here. There equal amounts of money on all the Sharklin, the way nicer than average sword stored specifically with 2 healing potions and a bag of cash. And, the magic on the handle, the chest, the back walls. You get the sense for sure with those high checks that there is something to this, and it is definitely not just a box. But you haven't connected any of these dots. It's just a bunch of dots. It's like one of those cork boards with the rope on it, but you guys don't have anything connected yet.
So, guys, I had one other thought. What if I cast Reduce or Enlarge on this chest? It's bolted into the ground, so it might either rip itself apart or rip itself out of the ground.
Oh, that is so crazy. I like it. but
DM mechanically, I can target an object, and it must be neither worn nor carried. So
Okay.
in theory, I could target the chest.
It would break it from the ground, but we couldn't exactly open it, or I don't know.
Yeah, but we could take it with us.
Does it look like something that we would be able to tote?
It looks like very heavy.
Yeah. And like, it's too
We
big.
here at
for
Side
the-
21 don't really play with encumbrance rules, but this thing's too big.
So it's like too big to even fit into the opening of the bag of holding.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The axe barely fit. Like she had to kind of like do the thing where you like put part of it in and then pivot,
Yeah.
and then put the rest in. Yeah.
I don't think we could take it. So if you don't have a way to open it now, I mean, we could come back, as Rafa said. Maybe there's more information ahead. I just don't know. I mean, this is definitely an interesting room, but see, there was the trap door that we unveiled. There was treasure. So somebody is down here, possibly hired these sharklings to guard this area. Somebody
I wonder if it's
pretty wealthy, probably.
what if somebody has the key along a hoop on their waist, and we have to find them, and that's why it's been guarded. What if somebody random ahead has it, and we can just come back? I don't know.
We could come back. Yeah, I vote
there's
we move forward,
Yeah,
and
there's no
maybe
reason
we can.
can't. It seems like we're the only ones really down here other than like the creatures, so nothing's stopping us.
I wouldn't mind taking maybe just a few more minutes to kind of get my bearings back and get my bag in order. I would love to, if we could, like complete a short rest in this plus a little bit more amount of time, or however much time we need, if it's a full hour, or if you would consider some of this a rest.
I would
We're
say
kind of like looking around, so it's not really a rest.
I think 30 more minutes and you can have a short rest.
Yeah, so and then maybe we can move ahead.
So nobody, I mean, and I think actually, I don't think Halbor would get it in 30 minutes. I think Halbor would need the full hour because he was actually doing something.
It's like I could use the rest too. I'm a little magically drained, but if we need to keep going, we can keep going.
I don't see why we can't wait here another hour. I mean, the city is ahead of us. I wouldn't want to be here all day and waste time because there is an evil god knocking at the door of this island, but sure.
As you
I
say
almost
that,
forgot.
Morga, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That was weird.
An 18.
With an 18, you feel the heat this time and steel yourself, and it's, on the scar that your shield already put on your hand, and you were able to resist any kind of damage from this, but you are dropped once again to a knee as the force that is coming through that shield in an instant, as if something were hitting it that's clearly not present in front of you. It like rocks you.
Oh my gosh.
From your feet.
She's going to fall down to one knee and lower her head and just feel the scar as if it's hurting for the first time, because it hasn't really quite healed all the way. And she's going to lift her head up and look at everyone and say, "You remember that thing that happened and I got this scar on my hand? Well, it's happening again, and it's happening a lot more often. Not to worry you, but whatever is crashing around us, it's getting stronger."
As she's saying this too, you guys can see kind of like the beads of sweat on her face from just and we'll say this happens maybe right at the end of the short rest, and from the exertion of, so you're able to get your short rest, but just like the force of this thing and just you holding it and not dropping the shield, is it's taking a physical toll on you, and not to the point where you're taking damage, but it is an effort. It is, and it is becoming, now more regular, like you said, like something that Morga is having to endure that none of the other people here are.
My dear Morga, I think that would be him. And I kind of like gesture towards like, the outer island. I believe that is the god of evil, violence, all of this that we are here to. I mean, it would make sense, right? Because
Yeah.
he's connected with divine.
I mean, I'm gonna
who's your
be
shield?
honest. I think you are right, and if this is how I feel with this shield, imagine what could happen to everyone. I mean, this is just a glimpse. Imagine. Can you imagine it? Like, we need to be ready, because if this continues more often, our clock is ticking.
I think as you say that too, you guys kind of remember the time dilation here, and so it's really hard to, gauge how often these things are happening because it's different. When the force that's creating these strikes that are affecting Morga, the frequency of them is not necessarily dictated by the frequency that it's happening to her. So it's difficult to know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Well, let's keep moving then. Kind of gather my things up, strap my bag back on, secure my flute and my harp, and make my way towards the opening hallway on the north end.
She's gonna wipe her sweat off.
I'm gonna see all this happening with Morga and kind of glance over to the saltwater side of all of this and kind of replay Umberlee's voice in my head and turn to everyone else. Wait a moment. There was something that happens when we slept in that room, obviously, and kind of gesture towards the gills. I had a dream, and this is all very new to me, and I kind of look towards Morga. But I was visited by a being calling itself Umberlee.
Of the seas. We were visited by the same.
Indeed.
Wait, that's crazy.
This
That's
was-
so cool.
This was the voice from the ship in the water before we got to the island. I believe, right? That's right. Okay.
Yes, Rafa,
and
we've all, I think, experienced a session with Umberlee of some kind.
What did she say?
She spoke of many things. She spoke of this group and our current journey and my past, my ship and my father. And you see, kind of like with his hand, kind of instinctively reaches back behind him to where the like handle of the axe would normally be, and it's kind of missing, and he just kind of lets his hand fall. But she also spoke of something dark in the deepest depths of the ocean. I know not what it was, but your evil god is not our only problem, potentially.
Yay.
Great.
This adds a little bit of spice now, doesn't it?
No, that is not a spice I like.
No. Well, I will tell you, have I told you So you were visited by Umberly, which I could only imagine was very overwhelming. And just to say, I didn't even notice the things on your neck. It just blends in well.
Okay.
Right? So don't be afraid to show them off. Okay? But if you are greeted by Umberly and I'm at helm, what is out there with what we have to do, I think it's greater than we think. And that's a little nerve-wracking, don't you think?
Yes, I mean, I believe the realm is on the line. And that's terrifying that I would have anything to do with fixing that issue. Just kind of like stare into the ground for a little bit.
Rafa, I think too, like, Umberly, when she spoke to you, I think she was expressing her concern of Bane's evil making its way into her realm more than any additional threat, but that was definitely, the gist of it.
This is all
Well, she,
very new to me. But she said that our fates and our paths are intertwined for whatever reason. I don't know. But we have much to accomplish.
Well,
She's gonna reach her hand onto his shoulder and just kind of like hold it for a second on Rafa's shoulder and say, you may not know now, but I think that we should all try and figure that out together, though. Because if we are intertwined, we just have to get stronger together and hope for the best.
well, together then? And I kind of just like put my hand into like the center of where we're all sitting.
She's gonna put her hand out and also pick up Halbor so he can actually reach it.
I was gonna say, I imagine I'm just standing underneath it with like my arms straight up, right?
Look towards Rafa.
I kind of stare at it for a second. Alright, well, part of a crew once again, and put my hand in.
Go
Heck yeah.
team! Wait, go anti-evil force. Wait,
I don't know.
Name.
We need to work. We could table that.
We
I
could,
think we do need
yes,
a name.
we will work on it. I feel like we have plenty of sewer to go, so is everybody ready?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I say we go
Yes.
figure it out.
I like Flash Blue one last time as I regain some first level spell slots with my arcane recovery feature from a short rest, and I'm ready to go.
No, my eyes like take a
Nice.
second to adjust after seeing Flash.
As you guys have this moment of camaraderie here in the sewers and begin to make your way down the next hallway, Morga, you feel a couple things. Firstly, carrying Halbor is a lot harder than it was yesterday. And your armor, for the first time I think in your life, feels heavy on your shoulders. As you guys make your way down this hallway to, the 30 or 40 feet down before the hallway turned to the left, you come around that left corner and you see that the hallway dead ends. And where the hallway dead ends, a very long, tall ladder waits for you to see what is above you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh.
What?
Very good.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of The Jungles of Paldir. We very much appreciate it. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with everything we're putting out. And we will see you next time on Side 21. Have a wonderful night.